Hey Monte Vista kiddos, today I'm going to read you a book called Dear Princess, Royally Funny Letters Written to and from Your Favorite Disney Princess. Once upon a time, in lands far away, several princesses started their day. On this beautiful morning, the sky was bright blue, the sun was shining, the birds were singing too. And just when they thought their day couldn't get better, what a coincidence! They each got a letter. It was bright and early at 8:15 when Gus left some mail by Cinderella's plate. "I've got a letter," she cried merrily, and wondered out loud, from who could it be? Let's see. Oh dear, dear Cinderella, or should I say your Royal Highness, words cannot express how much we miss you, having you around the house. We miss you so much we've decided to pay you a visit. Your stepsisters, Anastasia, Drizella, and our darling cat Lucifer will be joining me. We will arrive this Friday, and we will be staying for 2 weeks, or maybe 3. We look forward to many balls, dinners, and other events in our honor, and a plenitude of handsome suitors for your stepsisters. With much affection, your loving stepmother. Reading the note, Cinderella grew pale. What terrible news to receive in the mail! But then a big smile replaced her frown. She nodded her head and adjusted her crown. It was Jack who caught sight of her twinkling eye as she picked up her pen to compose her reply. "My castle's your castle, make yourselves at home, but Prince Charming and I will be visiting Rome." Now, off in a kingdom not far away, Princess Snow White was just starting her day. "A card from the dwarf," she happily cried. She hardly could wait to see what was inside. Look at it. "Happy birthday! Dear Snow White, happy birthday. We really miss you. It's getting harder and harder to whistle while we work without you around. We want you to invite you to our cottage for a birthday party. But could you please come early to help us clean up and maybe bring some decorations? That's all. Love, Doc, Grumpy, Sleepy, Sneezy, Happy, Bashful, and Dopey. P.S. We definitely need a cake, and none of us knows how to bake. P.P.S. By the way, chocolate's our favorite." "Oh, I miss them too," Snow White said with a smile. She had not seen her dear friends in a while. She picked up her pen and then she began. "Here's a suggestion. Let's try a new plan. Come to the castle and we'll throw the party. The food will be tasty and the laughs will be hearty. There'll be music and dancing, a cake and some tea. And the best part of all, there's no work for me." Ariel's morning walk was stopped in its tracks by a startling discovery by her friend Max. A bottle was floating just inches away. Inside was a note. Now what did it say? "My dear Ariel, let me extend my most humble gratitude for the invitation to dinner next Thursday evening. However, on the menu that your chef was kind enough to include with my invitation, I was shocked to discover shellfish. Since I am unsure as to whether I am on the guest list or the menu, I shall have to respectfully decline your invitation. With regrets, Sebastian." Rushing back to the castle to write a quick note, Ariel caught her breath, and here's what she wrote. "I imagine it threw you for a loop to see we were serving he-crab soup. While our chef's reputation is well deserved, I promise that it is not you who will be served. I mean, you will be served as a guest, not as food. No crab soup or crab claws. That's simply too rude." That morning, sweet Jasmine, so pretty and regal, got a letter delivered that looked very legal. Raja opened it up with a swipe of his paw. Then he gave it to Jasmine, and here's what she saw. The Office of the Commissioner of Tiger Control. Dear Princess Jasmine, we've been informed that your pet tiger Raja has been seen wandering outside the palace grounds unattended. As required under Agrabah's tiger control regulations, you must either keep your pet on a leash or fix a signaling device around his neck. We trust that you will comply immediately in order to avoid the necessary for further action. Sincerely, the Commissioner of Tiger Control. Well, Jasmine could see why the neighbors were wary. Though Raja was gentle, he did look kind of scary. So, petting her kitty upon his striped head, she picked up her pen, and this is what she said. I know how you feel, but there's no need to sue. He'll just wear a bell, like real pussycats do. After Belle's breakfast of tea and French toast, Cogsworth arrived with the day's morning post. Some letters, a postcard, and then what was this? A letter that said there was something amiss. Dear Princess Belle, though we have waived many of your late fines in the past for your books, it has recently come to our attention that one title is unreasonably tardy and cannot be overlooked. Please return Table Manners for Wild Beasts by I Am Fearless to us immediately to avoid incurring any additional fees. While we understand you are a lover of books, 5 years is just a bit ridiculous. Sincerely, O Verdu, head librarian. Oh my. Oh dear, said the princess, this must get better. For 5 years she dreaded getting this letter. She took a deep breath and sat down at the table. I'd love to return it if I were indeed able. My story is one that may sound absurd, but my husband, the beast, he devoured each word. I apologize, and I hope he'll accept a check to replace the book that we've kept. I thought we were done, but there's one letter more. But which of the princesses could it be for? Open it up and see what's inside. After you've read it, then you can decide. I think it's for you. Top 10 pieces of advice from the princesses. Number 10, respect your curfew. If your fairy godmother says midnight, she means midnight. Cinderella. Number 9, don't accept rides from strangers, unless they're on magic carpets, of course. Jasmine. Number 8, don't judge a book by its cover, or a beast. Belle. Number 7, watch your table manners. Don't use eating utensils as personal grooming accessories. Ariel. 6, if your wicked stepmother's royal huntsman asks you to go for a walk in the woods, just say no. From Snow White. And number 5, whatever you do, don't make deals with the evil sea witch. Ariel. Number 4, big friends come in small packages. Cinderella and Snow White. Number 3, if you get into trouble, try calling a genie. Jasmine. Number 2, don't talk to strangers, especially if they come bearing apples. Snow White. And number 1, and at last but not least, always remember to live happily ever after. Cinderella loved Rome. Instead of goodbye, now she says ciao. Snow White's birthday party was a smashing success, though her 7 dear friends left quite a mess. Sebastian discovered no need to be edgy, for the meal that was served turned out to be veggie. Raja decided his new collar was swell. Now little Abdu wants his own Belle. Belle sent the check, and her husband agreed that nowadays books aren't to eat, but to read. The book is now through, much to my sorrow. I can't wait to see what the mail brings tomorrow. The end. See you later, guys.